Well, it's almost here. The final Master IEP Coach Mentorship of 2022. We start on Wednesday. So I want to tell you a little bit about it. And of course, if you have any IEP questions or questions about becoming a Master IEP Coach, just go ahead and put them below in the comments, and I'll make sure to get to them either while we're live here, or I'll definitely be checking afterwards, because I want to make sure that you have all the information that you need to make the decision if becoming a Master IEP Coach, if coming into our Master IEP Coach community is right for you. For those of you that don't know, I've been in the field professionally for 25 years. My brother has Down syndrome, which means that I watched my mom work the school system as a parent to make sure that my brother had an appropriate education. In fact, I shouldn't even say one of the memories, because I have a lot of memories of this same situation. So you have to picture, it's the 80s, okay? So that means the phone in our house is on the wall, and she's got that long cord. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? That long cord. And my mom would be on the phone all the time, talking to the school, talking to the superintendent, talking to the administrators, trying to get my brother an education that really helped him get to where he needed to be. And so she would be talking and walking around the kitchen, and I can remember like the cord wrapping around the kitchen chairs, and I'm flipping the cord off the chairs so the chairs don't fall over. And I was like, I don't get it. I don't get why. I don't get why this is so hard for teachers to just teach my brother. Now, I was like 10. So for all the teachers who are like listening, like don't hate on me, okay? Because I was like 10. I was like, why is this so hard? Why can't the teachers just teach my brother? Why does this have to be a big thing? So I went to school to become a teacher. I was like, that's it. I'm going to save the world from inside of my classroom. Yep, that's what I'm going to go do. So I went all in. I get the bachelor's degree, the master's degree. I had a scholarship to get all the different certifications. I get into the school system, and I was like, oh, this is why. This is why there were so many phone calls and there were so many struggles. In fact, I got into my first classroom and I was so excited, right? And anybody who is a teacher, you know what that excitement is. Like, you're nervous, but you're so excited as a new teacher. And I walked into my classroom and I had a stack of IEPs in a milk crate. Yep, they were all printed out. Here's the IEPs. I'm aging myself. I don't care. Okay, I've been doing this for a long time, because it's still the same feeling when teachers walk in now. And so you have a stack of IEPs, and I had some desks and some chairs, and the teacher's desk and the stack of IEPs. And it was like, good luck. And I'm like, what? Well, I guess this is just how teaching is, right? So I was like, well, okay. I don't really have a whole lot of resources here. Now I've got a lot of stories and a lot of things on what happened next. But bottom line is, I ended up helping parents navigate the school system, but then schools saw how I was helping parents, because I was never throwing a teacher under the bus, because I had been a teacher. So I knew what that felt like. And so I came up with these strategies to collaboratively write IEPs different than what they had seen before. So parents are getting results, and then schools say, hey, can you come train our teachers? Can you teach them how to do this? And I was like, yes, I am all in. I will show you these strategies that make a difference. In fact, let's see. We have somebody here. This is Christy Darby. And this is the best group. I'm so glad I found you. Christy, we're so glad that you're here, that you're in our Master IEP Coach community. And I just want to remind everyone, the last Master IEP Coach mentorship, these strategies that I'm going to share some with you right now, the last one starts on Wednesday. And you know what? Everything's recorded. I get that your life is busy, but I'm going to be showing up live with you for 3 live trainings. Plus, you're going to get the full Master IEP Coach course. Plus, because I know life is busy for you, I'm actually going to give you 30 days direct access to me through voice and text messaging. So as you're going through things for the next 30 days, you can ask me questions. You don't have to log into a group. You don't have to share your IEP insecurities or struggles with anybody else. You can just say, hey, you know what? I'm struggling with this. Do you have a resource for me? And I'll be like, yes, that's in module 2. Or I'll say, yes, there's some templates for you in module 3. Or, you know what? Yes, we can absolutely help you improve your parent input statement. That's in module 1. Let me show you some examples. And then you'll say, okay, I saw that. Would it be okay if I put this into my parent input statement? I'm going to say yes. Or I'm going to say, you know what? Let's tweak that a little bit. Let's change this up. Let me help you effectively communicate. If you're a teacher, you're going to come into the Master IP Coach Mentorship and you're going to say, hey, I've got these IEP meetings that are coming up, and this is my current strategy for collecting parent input. Do you got anything better for me? Because I know that if I could get the parents more involved, this would go more smoothly. Like, yes, I've got that for you. Or as a teacher, you're going to say, you know what? I was not trained to write IEPs the way that I should have been, and I'm doing the best I can, but what else do I need to be doing? I got you. Okay. The Master IEP Coach Mentorship will change the way that you approach IEPs forever. So, okay. So I'm a special needs sibling. I'm a certified special education teacher, and I've been working independently for 20 years. I've been on my own, and I'm traveling and speaking, and I've got my one-on-one clients. I don't have one-on-one clients anymore because what happened is about 5.5 years ago or so, I finally said yes. I said yes to the parents and teachers who saw what I had been doing for a really long time. And they said, can you teach me to do it? Can you teach me to help others through the IEP system? Now, some of the people who ask me are teachers who want to keep their jobs. They're like, I want to keep my job, but I want to do this better. And I possibly want to help other people. And some people were parents. It's like, can you teach me how to do all of the things for my own child? And I probably want to help some other parents too. And for a long time, I had said no. I said, no, I don't know how to package all this up. This is just something that I do. And then about 5.5 years ago, the Master IP Coach Mentorship was born. And I took all my tools and I took all the strategies and I showed up virtually, just like I'm going to show up for you in this last Master IP Coach Mentorship. And I started walking parents, teachers, and admins and therapists through this process in a way that they hadn't seen before. And it was exciting. It was exciting for people to say, I just took my 4-hour IEP meeting. I took it down to 90 minutes and I got more than I've ever gotten before. Parents are just like mind blown of when you just make these few tweaks. Or I have teachers that are like, it used to take me hours and hours and hours to write IEP goals. And I was scared of conflict at the IEP table. And now my boss can't even figure out how come things are going so smoothly. I finally had to tell them that I took the Master IEP Coach Mentorship. I'm like, yeah, I promise you these things work. In fact, today I just got an email from somebody. She says, I find that most of my parents, so she's a teacher, most of my parents don't know enough about the IEP process and feel uncomfortable when I ask them for their input. I've got a solution for that. Hang on a second. If they only knew how valuable their participation and input is towards their child's IEP process. Yes. But as a teacher, there's a couple of things that we can unpack here. Number one, the parents don't know enough about the IEP process. Why should they? They're like trying to find their child's favorite chicken nuggets at the grocery store while making the doctor's appointment and sitting in the waiting room at the therapy session. And they were handed this ugly stack of parental rights. And then they have, I'm going to call it traditional advocacy sites that they're looking up that cause a lot of conflict in special education, or they've got drama-filled Facebook groups. Where else are parents going to learn? Now, I hope all parents are like, I learned from, the Master IP Coach Mentorship. That would be fantastic. But in reality, parents don't know because there's not a place that is collaborative, proactive, and teaching them. And until they find something like Master IP Coach Mentorship, they don't know. Okay, so teachers just know. Your parents don't know, and the information that they have, a lot of times it can be a conflict, right? Because they get information that is much different than the reality of how school works. Okay, so then, and then she says, and they feel uncomfortable when I ask them for their input. A parent should never feel uncomfortable when you're asking for input. Parents, you should never feel uncomfortable giving your input. In fact, one of the best ways to get parent input, you guys want to know one of the strategies that I teach? I teach this a lot when I have a room full of teachers. This past summer, I had the opportunity to deliver professional development, special education training to 6,000 teachers across the country at all different conferences. And they all said, we wish the parents would just tell us. And I'm like, the parents don't know where to start, right, parents? You're like, what do you want to know? Where do I start the laundry list of things? And I said, please go ask the parents, what are you most worried about this school year? That's one of the best conversation starters to start developing a connection to build a parent input statement that matters. Because here's the thing, the parent input statement, which is also known as the parent educational concerns in most IEP documents, should not be a dumping ground for complaints. The parent input statement is a place where you express as a parent, what are your concerns and what are your visions when it comes to communication, behavior, social, emotional, sensory, academic, life skills, functional skills, all of these things. That's what needs to be in the parent input statement. If you're just like, whoa, what are you talking about? I had no idea this section was in the IEP. I get it. I know. Let me show you. Let me show you in the Master IEP Coach Mentorship how you can take this parent, input, this parent educational concerns, and flip it in a way that you could become a collaborative leader. Because who's showing up at the IEP meetings for the rest of this child's school career? Parents. Parents are. So you have to communicate to the team what your long-term vision is, because they are only there short-term. You are there long-term. We need to get this document in alignment. All right? So, all right. And in full disclosure, I'm parenting right now as I'm ignoring the text from my adult daughter. So nothing like multitasking on the Saturdays. I'm all fired up about special education. And then there are things like learning how to fill out insurance paperwork. Parenting never ends, guys. Never ends. Okay. So that's one thing. Now let me go ahead and I'm going to pull back up this. Let's see. Uncomfortable when I asked them for their input. So we just said, what are you most worried about? For parents, I need you to take it way beyond that. But for teachers, I want you to start asking parents, what are they most worried about? Like, what's keeping them up at night? And a lot of times parents will be like, well, what's really keeping me up at night is stuff that, you can't help with. What, you can't help that. I'm worried about, how are we ever going to go on vacation again? Because my child is having meltdowns and I just don't know how this is going to work. It's like, yes, the teacher can help with that. Yes, they can. Vacation, new noises, new smells, new tastes, waiting in line, navigating in the community. Yeah. Teachers, special education teachers, amazing at doing those things. You have to communicate it. So when the parent says, I'm worried we can't go on vacation next year, teacher's like, I got you. You need to start having those conversations. So when this teacher says, if the parents only knew how valuable their participation and input is towards their child's IEP process, let me tell you why parents a lot of times don't realize the value of their input. It's because they give input and nobody gives them value back. All right. I can tell you that every parent who is watching this has experienced this. If you're a parent, you are not alone. If you are a teacher, please understand that every parent has had the experience where they have given input and it has been dismissed. Now, if you're like, yeah, but I don't do that. I mean, if you're a teacher and you're watching this right now, you don't do that. Okay. Otherwise you wouldn't be watching this. But the thing is, somebody has done that, which means that there's a lack of trust. And then parents have baggage, right? Parents, I mean, we all got baggage, right? You got baggage. And you're like, okay, I try to tell people what my child needs. Nobody listens to me. So either A, I get louder and I get angrier, or B, I stop showing up. I stop talking about things. And we, in the Master IEP Coach Mentorship, and again, let me go ahead and just put down, I'm going to see if I can go ahead and post. I don't know if it'll let me post masteriepcoach.com/course. All right, that will go on. I'm streaming in a lot of different places, so we'll see where that ends up going. So I just went ahead and put that link down there below, but it's just masteriepcoach.com/course. Again, this is the last time I'm running the course in 2022. I'm not sure when it's going to be back in 2023 because we have an entire network of Master IEP coaches who are working really hard. And I'm dedicating my time to the current Master IEP coaches, but a few times a year, I open this up and we welcome in new parents, teachers, admins, and therapists to learn the Master IEP Coach methods and to come into this network and to start working together. So when you join the Master IEP Coach Mentorship, I want to remind you guys, there's 3 bonuses that are happening when you sign up before Wednesday, when you sign up for the last Master IEP Coach Mentorship. Ready? Number 1, I'm going to make sure that when you finish the mentorship, that I'm going to mail you a certificate and a Master IP Coach t-shirt. So there's just something about having the t-shirt that says like, been there, done that, right? Like I did the Master IP Coach mentorship. So you're going to get a Master IP Coach t-shirt. We wear them all the time. Maybe sometime you're going to come in person to one of our conferences. We all wear t-shirts. I'm always putting up the pictures here and showing you guys, Master IP Coaches in their shirts. So I'm going to make sure that you get a certificate and a t-shirt. That's bonus number 1. Bonus number 2, we have 3 live training sessions that will be recorded. Absolutely, they will be recorded. Okay. But we have them next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They're 1 hour. They're at noon Central. You will get the replays. But this is a fantastic time for you to ask all your IEP questions and for me to jumpstart your journey in the Master IEP Coach mentorship. Okay. Now, after those 3 live sessions, you're going to get some really great emails that are going to just help you stay on track and finish it because I know how busy your life is. And sometimes things can feel overwhelming. I promise you, I'm a teacher by nature. I can break this down and I will show you exactly how to get the most out of things. And if you're like, how much time does this actually take? A couple hours a week. And you'll be okay. And if life happens, you get lifetime access to the course. I'm not going to take it away from you. You can have it. Okay. You can have it. You enroll. I'm here for you. Okay. Then for the first 30 days, as you're going through it, you're like, I can't show up live. My life is crazy. I'm up at 3 a.m. Or you're a teacher and you're just like, I'm teacher tired. I don't have time for, things on your schedule, Catherine. Great. That's exactly why for the first 30 days, when you do a payment in full, there's 2 options, payment in full, payment plan. Okay. When you do payment in full, you actually will get an immediate 30 days of access. Well, it starts on Wednesday, but it'll be 30 days of access where you can just message me, hey, Catherine, I got a question about this lesson. Like, awesome. Let me help you. I would love to help you on your terms, on your schedule. So there's nothing like this out there. There's nothing where you can like enroll into IEP help or become a Master IEP coach. Ooh, let's talk about this. There's going to be some of you that ask, are you going to teach me how to do what you do? Are you going to teach me how to set up a website? I can. It's in the course. Some of you are going to ignore that part. You're going to be like, I don't want to know about how to help other people. I'm worried about helping myself. Awesome. Great. Got you. Some of you are like, no, I want to do this. I've been thinking about becoming an advocate, or I'm a teacher and I want to, help train other teachers or parents on how to do IEPs. Like, yeah, I think I want a website. I think I want to say that I do educational consulting, IEP consulting. I think I want to say that I'm an IEP coach. Can you help me do that? Yes. I 100% will help you do that inside of the Master IEP Coach mentorship. Again, you can come in and learn all the things and just use it for yourself, and you get to keep all the resources forever. Or you can come in and learn all the things, and you can watch all the bonus sessions on how to set up your website, how to work with clients, how to get listed in our referral directory, how to do all those things. It's up to you. It's the same program, Master IEP Coach mentorship. You get to choose how you want to use it. You get to choose what impact do you want to make. Are you making that impact for yourself? You're like, my oxygen mask first. Go for it. If you want to help other people, you want to become a Master IEP coach and help other people, I got you. I want to help you do that. Absolutely. So I want to encourage you to go over to masteriepcoach.com/course. And let me see if I can pull that up here. Let me see if /course. Here we go. You just head over there, you enroll, you and I, we're going to meet up on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whichever ones work for you. I'm going to help you through to become a Master IEP coach. You can join our thriving community that is truly making a difference because it matters. What you do as a special education parent and teacher, it matters now and it matters for the long term. Special education is not a place, it is a service. Inclusion is not a place, it is an experience. And when you come into the Master IEP Coach mentorship, you get to learn all the strategies to build those better IEP goals, to make sure the IEP is going to work in the real world, to make sure that a child's going to be prepared for further education, employment, independent living. You're going to be able to create those inclusion plans and get them put into the IEP. What? Yes. Inclusion plans should be in the IEP. If a child is receiving inclusion services, and I say that, that's because that's what we have to do paperwork-wise. So not just, creating an inclusive experience from the time that a child steps off the bus to the time they get on, which we need to do, but also creating inclusion plans that are supported inside of the IEP documents, which I promise you, teachers, this does not create more work for you. It eases your workload because we develop accountability tools within that inclusion plan to make sure that not all responsibilities are put back onto you. And parents, you can feel more confident that the school team is then accountable to make sure that your child is not separated from other students when they need to be working inclusively throughout the entire school. And that means that you have to decide what's right for your child or for your student when it comes to things like direct instruction. Sometimes that takes place in a large group, sometimes it's small groups, sometimes it's a general education room, sometimes it's a special education room. When I say inclusion, I don't mean that a child doesn't ever go into a direct instruction room where there's a certified special education teacher to receive their education. That's absolutely valid. But we need to have inclusion plans put into the IEP to make sure that there's accountability for a child receiving their education that is appropriate, their education that is going to help prepare them for further education, employment, and independent living. Again, final Master IEP Coach mentorship is happening. Starts on Wednesday. I hope to see you there. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to put them in the comments. Send me a DM. I want to make sure that you have all the information that you need before you join us in the Master IEP Coach mentorship. I'll see you guys soon.